Ever wondered why it's so essential to keep fish fresh? It's not just about the appealing look or the fantastic aroma that fresh fish promises. No, it goes beyond that. The freshness of a fish is a key determinant of its taste and texture. Fresh fish has a rich, clean taste, a firm but tender texture, and a mild aroma that can only be described as the catch of the day. On the other hand, a fish that has lost its freshness tends to have a dull taste, a rubbery texture, and a strong, unpleasant smell. But it's not just about sensory pleasure. Freshness also plays a vital role in the health benefits that fish offers. Omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals. These nutritious elements thrive in fresh fish. Consume spoiled fish, and you risk foodborne illnesses, some of which can be life-threatening. So it becomes clear that maintaining fish freshness is not just about taste, but also a matter of health and safety. The freshness journey begins the moment the fish leaves the water. A fish's freshness isn't just about how recently it was caught, but also about how it was caught and handled thereafter. Let's dive in and explore the right methods for catching fish to maintain their optimal freshness. Firstly, the method of capture plays a significant role in the freshness of the fish. Using techniques like rod and line fishing, where the fish are caught individually, can help maintain the quality of the fish. This method reduces the risk of the fish being crushed under the weight of others, which often happens with large nets. Now, let's talk about the moment of truth, the actual catch. When you've hooked a fish, it's important to reel it in smoothly and swiftly. A long fight can lead to lactic acid buildup in the fish's muscles, which can affect the taste and texture of the meat. Once you've got the fish out of the water, the clock starts ticking. The key here is to minimize stress and damage to the fish. Avoid dropping the fish or handling it roughly. This can lead to bruising or tearing of the flesh, which will inevitably affect its freshness. Next comes the all-important step of killing the fish. Do it quickly and humanely. One common method is iking, or brain spiking, which instantly kills the fish and prevents it from suffering. This not only is ethically right, but also prevents the release of stress hormones that can spoil the quality of the meat. Finally, bleed the fish immediately after it's killed. This helps remove the blood, which can give the meat a strong fishy taste if left inside. Never forget to cool the fish as soon as possible. A quick chill slows down the spoilage process and helps keep the fish fresh until you're ready to store or cook it. Remember, the way we treat our catch can greatly influence the quality of the meal it will eventually become. The way a fish is handled immediately after being caught sets the tone for its freshness. So let's catch and handle our fish with care, respect, and knowledge to enjoy the freshest catch possible. Once out of the water, the clock starts ticking on fish freshness. Now, you might be wondering, what's all this fuss about immediate storage? Well, it's simple really. The quicker you chill your catch, the slower bacteria grows, and the fresher your fish stays. Picture this, your fish is like a ticking time bomb, and every second counts. The moment it leaves its watery home, the countdown begins. So how do we hit the pause button on this freshness clock? Ice and coolers, my friends, are your trusty sidekicks in this fish freshness mission. You see, bacteria are a bit like us. They don't like the cold. By quickly chilling your catch, you're essentially slowing down these pesky bacteria, keeping your fish fresher for longer. But it's not just about tossing your catch into a box of ice. Oh no, there's an art to it. First, you'll want to make sure your cooler is pre-chilled. This simple step ensures that your fish is met with a frosty reception from the get-go. Next, layer your fish and ice. Start with a layer of ice at the bottom, followed by your fish, then another layer of ice, and repeat. It's a bit like making a fish ice sandwich, only without the bread. Now let's talk wrapping. No, not the kind with ribbons and bows. I'm talking about properly wrapping your fish to keep it in prime condition. You'll want to use heavy-duty aluminum foil or plastic wrap. Make sure it's wrapped tight, but not so tight that you're squishing your catch. Remember, the goal is to keep air out, not to make fish pancakes. In the end, it all boils down to this. The faster a fish is chilled and stored properly, the fresher it will stay. So next time you reel in a catch, remember these tips and you'll be sure to keep your fish in tip-top condition. Remember, the faster a fish is chilled and stored properly, the fresher it will stay. Moving fish from the fishing spot to home or market is a crucial stage in maintaining freshness. It's a journey that, if not well managed, can compromise the quality of the fish and, by extension, the final dish. So how can we ensure that our catch remains in prime condition during this crucial stage? The answer lies in maintaining what we call the cold chain. Now, the cold chain is a term that refers to a temperature-controlled supply chain. It's an uninterrupted series of refrigerated production, storage and distribution activities, along with associated equipment and logistics, which maintain a desired low-temperature range. In the case of our fish, this means keeping it chilled from the moment it leaves the water to the moment it reaches its final destination. Why is this so important? Well, fish is highly perishable. It begins to deteriorate almost immediately after being caught. Bacteria thrive in warm environments, and if the fish is not kept cold, these bacteria can multiply rapidly, leading to spoilage. By maintaining a cold chain, we slow down bacterial growth and keep the fish fresh for longer. So how do we maintain this cold chain during transport? It starts with proper insulation. Fish should be stored in insulated containers filled with ice or refrigerated units. These not only keep the fish cold, but also protect it from external heat sources. These containers should be sealed to prevent air from entering and raising the temperature. But it's not just about the containers. The vehicle transporting the fish should also be temperature controlled. This could be a refrigerated truck for large quantities, or perhaps a car with air conditioning for smaller hauls. The key is to maintain a low, consistent temperature throughout the journey. Remember, every minute counts when it comes to maintaining freshness. The quicker the fish can be transported from the fishing spot to its final destination, the better. Time and temperature are the two most important factors in preserving the quality and freshness of fish during transport. Preserving the cold chain during transport ensures that the fish reaches its destination as fresh as when it left the water. Fresh fish deserves fresh preparation. When it comes to preparing fish for consumption, the first step is cleaning. In order to do this, you'll need to rinse the fish under cold water. This will remove any dirt or debris from the surface. Now, it's time to descale. Hold the fish firmly by the tail and use a fish scaler or the back of a knife to scrape against the direction of the scales. Start at the tail and work your way up to the head. This process can be a bit messy, but it's a crucial step in preparing your fish. Next up is gutting. Make an incision from the belly up to the head and carefully remove the guts. Be sure to thoroughly clean the inside of the fish once the guts have been removed. Now, if you prefer to fillet your fish, place your knife behind the gills and cut down to the backbone. Then turn your knife 90 degrees and slice along the backbone towards the tail. Repeat this process on the other side of the fish. Once your fish has been cleaned, descaled, and potentially filleted, it's important to cook or freeze it as soon as possible. Fresh fish is a perishable product and it doesn't keep well at room temperature. If you're not planning on cooking your fish immediately, it's best to store it in the coldest part of your refrigerator, ideally on a bed of ice. If you're freezing your fish, make sure it's wrapped tightly to prevent freezer burn. Preparing fresh fish might seem like a daunting task, especially if you're new to it. However, with practice, you'll find that it becomes easier and even enjoyable. Remember, the key is to handle the fish gently and to work with a sharp knife. This will help you to maintain the integrity of the fish and to make clean, smooth cuts. Proper preparation not only ensures that you maximize the taste of your fresh fish, but also that you maintain its nutritional benefits. Keeping fish fresh is more than just an art, it's a science. And over the course of this video, we've delved deep into this science. We've explored the crucial role freshness plays, not just in taste, but also in health and safety. We've looked at correct methods, which can significantly impact the quality of the fish. Immediate and proper storage was our next stop, where we learned that time is of the essence. The clock starts ticking the moment the fish leaves the water, and every step counts. And then there's the cold chain during transport. It's not just about getting the fish from point A to point B, it's about maintaining that all-important temperature. Finally, we talked about how to prepare the fish for consumption, the last step in ensuring the perfect fish dish. By following these steps, you can enjoy the best that the sea has to offer, every time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more interesting facts about food preservation.